Hello and welcome to the Practicing Companion. If you're new to the violin, you're probably wondering where should I start? What violin method should I choose? First, I recommend the Maya Bang violin method, which is an excellent guide for establishing a good solid technique from the beginning. I prefer this method because it comes from the teaching assistant of one of the best teachers and violinists of all times, Mr. Leopold Auer. His student, Mr. Jascha Heifetz, is considered to be one of the best violinists of all times. Mrs. Maya Bang wrote this violin method based on her own experience of teaching and learning in some of the best musical countries of the world: Germany, France, Russia, and America. Some teachers recommend the Suzuki method as a starting point. I love Mr. Suzuki's philosophy, which emphasizes the importance of listening to music from a very early age, even from the womb. We will be following into the footsteps of these wonderful violin teachers, and we will adapt their great ideas to present-day language. If you're interested in learning more, please follow the video series The Practicing Companion to Maya Bang Violin Method. For intermediate and advanced players, it's highly recommended to ask a professional teacher for help in choosing the right repertoire. If you're willing to learn how to play the violin, you will find out that there is no better shortcut than playing every day. Rather than playing once a week for an hour, it's much better to play every day, even for 10 minutes in the beginning. Good violin players practice about 3 hours a day, and famous musicians are known to have practiced 7 hours or more in their peak training period. No matter how long you can play, be brave to learn something new every day. I encourage you to explore and experiment with your sound. Build your violin muscles every day on 3 levels. 1. Technique or scales. 2. Etudes. And 3. Repertory. When it comes to the first level, scales and arpeggios are the alphabet of music. Mr. Flesch wrote one of the best scale books for intermediate and advanced players. Mr. Shevchik is one of the most popular violin teachers. He wrote several violin methods which are extremely beneficial to violin players. If you can find the patience to play technical exercises every day, you will find a comfortable and rewarding capability to play violin, and you will progress much faster. People will think you're very talented because you work for it. It has to do with controlling your brain and training your fingers. At the second level, we have the etudes. Etudes bring technical challenges in a musical context. Some of the best etudes were written by Mazza, Dankla, Kreutzer, Dont, Wieniawski, Paganini, and many others. You can download many of these great books for free at practicingcompanion.com website. The third level of practicing violin is repertory, such as concert pieces or sonatas. Established composers like Bach, Mozart, Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, Brahms, Kreisler, Corelliano, and many others, they often transcend the technical limitations of the instrument in order to convey their musical ideas. Everything should be played very slowly at first, with metronome. Set a goal of playing the piece from beginning to end without stopping. When a passage is too hard to play straight through, read the notes first, without rhythm, with long notes, note by note. Next time through, add rhythm and play very slowly. If a passage interrupts the flow of music, play the troublesome connections between notes back and forth very slowly, and then gradually increase the speed. Make sure you take short breaks in between to breathe deep 3 or 4 times and then go on. This will allow your brain a little time to refresh and get ready to set new connections between neurons. Practicing slowly is extremely important. It builds focus and patience and builds a solid ground for you to play more advanced music. Listen to as much music as possible and you will build an entire music library in your brain, which will help your inspiration and creativity. That's all for today. Until next time, stay tuned!